The Earth War didn't go well. No further question. The long-time Clout Talk veteran sighed as he finished his response and cast a glance around the classroom for another Cloud Speak student. This time, the question wasn't too upsetting for the kids, but they nevertheless responded to the lack of an answer by all of the class genuinely throbbed with excitement. Children nowadays always eager to learn about the humans, he started to unfurl the story as he's told many times before. First contact with the humans, them raising their claws enthusiastically, so you want to know more, the ancient warfighter remarked dejectedly. People. At the slightest noise or interruption, the students become silent, enveloped, and eagerly hiss at one another by all rights. It was our world, won via right of conquest, and it wasn't even a very significant farming planet with only a little temperate zone. The ancient revered veteran starts a farm. The cloud chat revealed that the soil on planet M Saint 3333, a dust ball with a vast subterranean freshwater ocean, was pure and clean and flowed up into excellent soil, perfect for the harsh food crops of the Cinnamani race that inhabited the planet. The Clout Ian Emperor blessed the spirits of the CI colonists and ordered the attack since this planet was also perfect for a beloved teal beverage. The attack was carried out quickly and thoroughly, and no unnecessary suffering was allowed for those who were commanded to die. Their bodies were treated with dignity and returned. What the Cloud Talk failed to mention to the Sindai was that, just days after frightening the planet, the Sindai discovered and made friends with humans. Additionally, before the first machinery to start repurposing the fields arrived, a single enormous ship from the United States of America. The elderly Clout Talk and his battalion were defending a vital valley behind a defensive Hfy field wall that prevents all weapons known to the galaxy, when the Earth Marine Corps ship suddenly deployed hundreds of ships flying out of it and into the sky. A single small ship landed far across the valley and sent forth 30-40 armored human Marines. The Cloud-X weapons were mainly useless against the armor of the Marines. The Marines just rushed forward, 2 or 3 at a time, randomly spacing them out and always advancing, firing an unstoppable oncoming wave of deadly accurate bullets. The old Clout Talk had witnessed at least 10 of his comrades in arms have their skulls explode from the human Marines' extremely accurate kinetic projectile guns. So by the time you get your rifle aimed at a single Marine, you've been exposed for too long. A whole third of using jump jets, the human Marines broke away from the formation and swiftly advanced into the valley, climbing the hill and taking up positions beside the fortified shield wall. They then unleashed hell on the unprotected flank of the Clout Talk. The main bulk of the Marine platoon shouted loudly above the tremendous blasts from their guns, yelling attack through, and then they charged the old Cloud's already dim eyes. That was all the Clout Talk could do, crouch and hope not to get shot. And Distant seemed to lose all focus, going silent and just staring at nothing. The students were afraid to speak, fearing that the teacher would break the tension by revealing what would happen next. However, as he shook his head, his eyes snapped back into focus. I had to take action in order to return to the present after witnessing our commander's head explode. He was our second in command, the leader of each platoon, and finally the squad leaders. We were left without a leader, and the humans would soon arrive. The Clout conversation examined the he groaned. I had heard of a concept among a new species, and I assumed accurately that these humans were this new species, a wild species. Students were almost pleading with him to grasp that we were doomed. He said, "Unthinkable concept surrender," using a phrase and idea that were unknown, and the students eagerly muttered and mumbled, "Yes, surrender," meaning that they were choosing to give up and lose instead of fighting. Even now it feels horrible, yet they saved so many lives. I tore off my own white uniform shirt, tied it over my weapon, and said, "My closest friend was standing next to me as I announced my plan. He obviously tried to stop me, but I leaped over the fortified shield wall into the incoming gunfire and waved the white flag since I had heard that humans would not shoot one another. Who is giving up once more?" The kids chattered a little louder this time, drawing a sharp frown from the veteran. Suddenly the gunshots stopped and the humans stopped advancing. I had won by losing, and I had spared the "it took some time," but we all made it home safely and alive. Among the remaining human Marines, one rose up and approached me with composure. He simply said, "I will accept our full, unconditional surrender." The old clout talk took questions from triumphant losers, for a while detailing how the human Marines treated them with decency and even kindness. They confiscated their weapons, were questioned, and the Marines provided housing for them during the weeks that they spent conducting their investigation. Ultimately, the Marines returned the planet to the SE Day, and he continued to assist them rebuild the farming colonies. But one day, the Marines informed us all that we were going home. They placed us on a ship right away and brought us to a command post where they landed, boxed up our weapons, and escorted us out. Without even saying goodbye, he left their ship and was blasted back into space. He then answered questions about returning home to his partner and kids, how they spent several weeks together in almost continual embraces, and how grateful he was to have survived more patiently and less harshly. Lovingly caressed his Medal of Bravery, the highest honor bestowed upon the bravest of heroes by the Emperor himself. For years following that, the entire Empire was scared that humans would destroy us, as they vowed to do if we attacked their pals once more. The humans and I didn't get along until after the Brickstick attacked one of our little farming planets. The Brickstick slaughtered our farmers, so I did it again. Actually, they created trade and wanted to become our buddies. Did the courageous thing. I went to the humans myself and dared entering their area by myself, knowing that they would not harm me because I had personally witnessed their eyes shining with mercy. I went to them and begged them to assist us, and they sent the Marines they had. The children chattered excitedly as the old cloud speak went to the door and opened it, saying, "I have a surprise for you kids this." Of course, they helped us return to our planet and have since been our best friends and allies, but that's another story for another time. Is Captain Johnson of the United Earth Marine Corps? With that, a giant person entered the classroom, towering twice as tall as the tallest cloud, balancing improbably on just 2 legs, his eyes sparkling with kindness, and he thundered out in a booming voice. The teacher fainted when the youngsters burst into chattering delight after a cordial greeting with a smile and a wave. For this reason, the recruit entered the United Earth Marine Corps Drill Instructor Program to become the first Clout Talk Marine, because there is no better friend or enemy. With the enormous human Marine drill instructor looming above him, the once young Sea Talk pupil, now an adult, and the first Sea Talk Marine recruit, took a proud stance in front of his rack at the position of attention. After a prolonged period of time, the DI gave him the cold shoulder, returned his firearm to the recruit with influence, and said, "Carry on, recruit." Subscribe to watch more amazing sci-fi stories.